Gamescom has been good to us once again, and that is because we have a lot more news on the game Atomfall, including an actual release date now. Very, very excited for this, and if you don't know what it is, we've covered it before. It is basically what looks to be a British version of Fallout, developed by Rebellion. Now, those are the guys that do Sniper Elite, Zombie Nightmare, all of that kind of cool stuff. Mainly an FPS developer, and they're really, really good at it. They've got some awesome games, awesome titles behind them, and it's nice to see them move into what seems to be more of a survival genre. Now, it basically starts off with the Windscale atom plant disaster and ruins parts of England. And in those parts of England, there are monsters, there's all sorts of weird and wonderful stuff. We haven't seen too much yet on any of the weird mutated enemies, but we do know there's going to be bandits outside of your safe security zone, and loads of missions, quests, wandering traders, all of that survival, Fallout-esque stuff, thrown in with a bit more of FPS action. And it sounds brilliant. Now, this was the new trailer that they showed yesterday at Gamescom.
Windscale, the pride of Britain. Nestled in the picturesque Lake District, the state-of-the-art atom plant has transformed this rugged landscape into the envy of its northern neighbors. Scientific progress waits for no one.
Windscale. Everything changed when that bloody atom plant went up in flames.
Citizens of Wyndham, there has been an increase in bandit activity outside the village walls.
Temporary quarantine, they said? It's been bloody years.
They're hiding something from us. Something terrible.
My name's Molly. You got out to trade? I got bits and bobs for sale.
Please be careful. It's more dangerous than you can possibly imagine.
Now, as it says, this will be coming March 2025, day one to Game Pass. Very, very excited for that. It's also going to be coming to PlayStation, Steam, and Xbox. So, Game Pass day one, which you'll be able to play on PC and Xbox. And then, obviously, if you've got Steam or PlayStation, you will have to buy it day one. But Game Pass, absolutely awesome thing coming with it. Very excited to see where it goes. Now, from the trailer, there's a lot of new information in there that we haven't had before. We do know that it's based on a true story of Windscale, which was a nuclear disaster that happened in England many, many years ago. Back in the 60s, I think it was. We've covered a bit of that in our previous video, which is in the top right now if you do want to check it out. And that disaster then causes the town of Wyndham to go into a lockdown, sort of. So you're in the countryside, there's not too much around, and then a military unit show up and wall off the town that you're in, and they don't let you out for 6 years. Now, you can see from the trailer there's some tensions in the community. People don't like being locked in, and it seems like the guards are keeping something from us. So we're going to have to break out, presumably, of the village walls, or maybe we'll get some sort of permit or something to get out with a storyline. And then we'll get to wonder the absolute wonders and strangeness of the Windscale facilities and surrounding areas. What are the guards keeping outside of the walls? Is the Wyndham town an actual prison in itself, and they're keeping things from us? We'll have to wait and see. Now, it comes with some typical British weapons, such as a cricket bat, and of course a little bit of strange British phrasing, which I absolutely love.
My name's Molly. You got out to trade? I got bits and bobs for sale.
Now, we don't know anything about the progression system on how that's going to go yet. I'm very excited to find out a little bit more about that. And now we've got a release date, we may find out some more information on how the progression systems are going to work, what that's going to be about, and whether it is going to be a sort of points-based leveling up system, or they're not going to have a progression system and it's just going to all be based on the loot that you find. Have to wait and see, but I'm excited to see. Maybe they'll do something that they have similar to Sniper Elite. So basically the old skill tree system where you level up, you get some points. As you continue to progress and level up, more points you get, you'll unlock separate bits that acquire certain things, so combat. Similar to most games really, as you can see, just a normal old skill tree. Or something like Fallout where there's a whole bunch of things and you don't progress upwards to get the better stuff. There's various things you can choose from. Don't know how they're going to do it, but I think a skill tree would be quite cool in a game like this. We'll have to wait and see. Now, what we do know is, obviously, there's going to be wandering traders dotted around. We're going to have a wide variety of weapons at our disposal. There's loads and loads of cool stuff there. We've seen the cricket bats, some melee weapons. We've seen some firearms. And then a little bit of stealth thrown in there with that little throwing knife bit. So definitely a little bit more combat orientated. I don't think there'll be as much exploration as you'd get in a Bethesda Fallout game. Not 100% sure how those would correlate. But I do like the idea of it being a little bit more fast-paced when it comes to the combat, as well as having that little bit of exploration tied in here and there. I do hope we get some more news in the coming weeks. Gamescom's still going on, so we could get a few little snippets coming out. I've seen that some people did get to play the game there, and they ran into some things. There was a half-hour gameplay demo. There's not been any footage or anything like that of anybody playing yet, so we'll have to wait and see. If we do come across some stuff, we'll get another video out going over that as well. Any more news that we do find about Atomfall, we'll get a video out there as soon as there's a decent chunk. If you do spot anything, or you're intrigued a little bit more, make sure you subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video, and stick around for much more Atomfall. We'll be covering the game as and when we find information, and loads leading up to the actual release. Which, March, sounds like a long way away. It's not actually that far, so quite excited. Have to wait and see what's going on. We've obviously got Shattered Space before that, so that's definitely going to keep us quite busy. For now, though, we're going to wrap that one up there. Hopefully you've enjoyed, and we'll be back very soon with some more Atomfall. For now, though, I've been Cowboy, you've been awesome, and we'll see you in the next one.